Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's LT and today it's all about getting the ugly truck back on the road. Now, if you're just tuning in or if you're unfamiliar with the project, here's the premise. It's a 2000 Silverado that I picked up a while ago with the hopes of building a budget-minded sport truck at first and then slowly transforming it into something more along the lines of a race truck. But like I've always said, I don't really care if a vehicle looks great or not, so I kind of tried to find one that was a little bit ugly, and that's where the name was born, UglyTruck. When I first picked it up, it had a blown 4L60 in it, so the very first thing that I did was swap that out to a 4L80. It is a stronger transmission because I have some pretty lofty goals in the future in terms of how much power this thing will be putting out, so I just kind of wanted to upgrade it right off the bat. From there, I completely went through the suspension and rebuilt every single wear item. And then I lowered it 2 inches in the front and 4 inches in the back for a nice stance. And that's where we left things off last time, but I never got around to putting the bed on, so that's the first thing that we'll take care of today. And then it's time to hit the road and see how all those chassis upgrades are going to perform. While it's certainly not the most elegant solution, a cherry picker or an engine crane will easily lift up the bed of the truck. Hoping this is gonna work because the ground was a lot less muddy when I tried this before to take it off. Had a couple of rainstorms over the weekend, so wish me luck. Now, if you're not careful with the straps, you could accidentally drop it onto the ground like I did, but that's okay because there were some milk crates underneath and it actually didn't smash the bed sides into the ground or bend anything at all. So with the straps repositioned, I lifted it up again, used a spare tire for a little bit of a counterbalance, and backed the truck underneath the bed. From there, I'll bring the truck back up into the shop and on some ramps so I can get underneath and bolt the bed back down to the truck. And then all I've got to do is put the tailgate on and we get the truck outside to see how it looks. Well, there it is, a new stance of the ugly truck. And I gotta say, it's kind of losing some of the ugly, and I kind of like it. To me, that's just about the perfect stance. It's got the 18s on there. Yeah, the tires are just a little bit taller, but they fill out the wheel wells pretty good. It's a black truck, silver wheels, got the red brakes in there. Overall, I am super happy with how this truck looks. There's really just something to me that's kind of satisfying about taking an old truck like this and kind of bringing it back to life. You know, it's kind of old and worn out and neglected. It was a vehicle that nobody really cared about. And I don't know what it is. I guess like some people, they take in a stray dog or a stray cat. To me, this is the stray truck, I guess. And now that I'm finally driving it again with all the suspension redone, everything kind of rebuilt, driving tight again, it's so satisfying. Like, it's an old truck. Yeah, the interior is worn out and it rattles, but it's driving again, and this thing drives great. I mean, the suspension now, it's tight. This thing, the steering, I can just hold the wheel straight and it goes in a straight line. I don't have to constantly saw back and forth on the wheel just to maintain a straight line. And it's a whole lot safer too, because believe me, a lot of that stuff, when I pulled it off, I was kind of scared that I had drove this truck home from Alabama where I bought it. But luckily that's all taken care of. This thing is safe to drive, and I'm going to try to drive this thing every day. You know, good days, especially rainy days when I don't want to get the AT4 dirty, I'll take the ugly truck to work. I just want to put some more miles on it. Like, I know it's crazy, it's got 326,000 miles on it, but maybe I'll get this thing to 400. I don't know. I don't know how long I'll have it or not, but I want to use it. I want to enjoy it, and I want to just have fun with it, because that's what a project truck is all about. So just because I'm driving this thing every day now doesn't mean that the project is done. In fact, it's a long ways away from being done. The very next thing that I'm going to tackle is going to be that rear end. It's an 8.5, or I believe it's actually an 8.6 10 bolt. They're not a bad rear end, but it does need some help in the gear department and in the traction department as well. Right now it's got 342s and an open differential, and I just ordered 430s and a Detroit TrueTrack. That way I'll have great acceleration and still a decent RPM when you're cruising down the highway, and I'll be putting power down to both rear wheels. So when I get that knocked out next time, hopefully this truck will be able to do a decent burnout, maybe a couple of donuts, because I mean, what kind of project truck or what kind of race truck do you have if you can't do that? I want to say thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And if you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And we just hit 1,000. That's a pretty big milestone for subscribers, but I want to push this thing even further. So if you could hit subscribe, that'd help me out a bunch. And we got a whole lot more content coming for both the UglyTruck and the 2020 AT4. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.